Hello and welcome to my Tarot Corner. Today I'm going to do another Tarrako reading because it is a bit of a light-hearted one that goes into not deeper into questions that are more, let's say, serious ones, although these are serious questions. But I do believe that I do want to do a more deep dive into Harry and his belief that Diana is there with him, the psychic questions, and if you saw. I think it was the Daily Tea, Royal Daily Tea video. I will put the link to it in the description box. She is citing Markle News One, who is telling about a science that was done in a hotel, and where Meghan claimed that Diana was there and touched her in the shoulder, and Jessica Mulroney was also there. And it seems like Meghan is controlling Harry in a more than a sexual way. It's also in a way of convincing him that Diana is communicating with her. So in my previous Tarrako reading, I did show you that no way Diana did communicate with her at the grave. But I will do tomorrow when I have more time and I can delve into this question in a more profound way. I will do a reading about Harry's psyche and how much those psychics and therapists have influenced him. So this is something that I intend to do tomorrow, and tonight is going to be the full 60 minutes interview. And I understand that, to my surprise, that Tom Bradby in the ITV interview was more, let's say, intrusive than Anderson Cooper in his 60 Minutes interview. And I saw a snippet from that interview where he asks Harry about the racist claims, and Harry comes out and says, "We never said that anyone was racist in the royal family," which is something that is a complete lie. And he's blatantly lying in front of Tom Bradby's face, which led me to believe, at least according to Tom Bradby's expression, that he starts to think that something is wrong with Harry as well. So my first question, which is always, I'm always starting with a first question that is either an SOS question. It could actually be even a Celtic Cross question, but I don't have the time for that. So the first question, the SOS question, will be about Tom Bradby, and does he believe Harry right now after the interview? Does he believe Harry's narrative? And then I'm going to ask various questions in the Tarrako style that I did in my previous reading. Now, as I said in the first time that I did the Tarrako reading, I asked you if you like it, if you want me to keep on doing that. Then most of you were very enthusiastic about it. If you don't like it, let me know, because this is a way for me to include many questions, many subjects, instead of just doing a separate interview video for each of the questions. But if you don't like it, just let me know in the comments. So first of all, this is the Dark Grimoire Tarot, and I thought it was fitting to use this reading, this tarot deck for this for this subject. So before I start, please take a few moments to read my full disclaimer in the description box. This is a tarot reading. It is vibrational. It is open to interpretation. It exists as assumptions and speculation, and as such may or may not be true. So please do your own research and decide for yourselves. Okay, so let's clear the deck. And let's start asking. So first I'm going to ask the SOS question about Tom Bradby. So does Tom Bradby believe Harry's narrative after interviewing him for ITV after for the book Spare? Does Tom Bradby believe Harry's narrative after interviewing him for the book Spare for ITV? Does he still believe Harry's narrative after the interview he had done for Harry with Harry for ITV for the book Spare? So as I said, he was not allowed to ask many of the burning questions that most of us want to ask Harry, mainly about why is he telling us so many details that are actually damaging him. So let's start with this question, and the answer is in the middle, and the answer is the Sun card. So the Sun card is a yes answer, and this is a card of happiness. This is a card of enjoyment, of abundance, money. So it looks like the money still talks here. So it looks like despite everything that we saw in that interview, despite the questions that Harry dodged, he still believes him. The Sun card is, although it's a major arcana, it is one of the very few major arcanas that are still that are still yes cards. And the message of this card is about living without restrictions. So in a way, this is what Harry was trying to convey to Tom Bradby, and this is the message that he got, and he believes him. But let's see what is in the sides. On this side, we have another major arcana, which is Judgment. Now, I shuffled the deck quite a lot. You saw me shuffle the deck, and Judgment card is about change, but this is another major arcana, and this is about change that is coming, and change that is it is about a very difficult, very painful process. And you can see here that there are two rainbows. It always draws me back to the rainbows that were over London after Queen Elizabeth died. And this is a person that is turning his back to us. So, and going towards this pyramid in the sky. So this is a person who is turning his back to everything that he knows, turning his back to everything that was before. This is what Tom Bradby sees, and it's like this. If you're looking at both of these cards are showing us this a tunnel towards the sunlight. And this is a person who's going through between two rainbows towards this pyramid. So both of these cards are showing us this path towards enlightenment. This is how I see that, and this is something that Tom Bradby sees in Harry. This is what he sees that happened to Harry. So Harry managed to convince Tom Bradby that he went through this enlightenment. He went through this process of very, very, very big change, very painful process of change, and this is something that is not something that can be reversed. And I think that Tom Bradby, at least, I don't know if he believes every word he says, but he does believe that that Harry went through this process of change, and in Harry's eyes, this is enlightenment. Now, I have to say one more thing. In this card, we see these, it looks like monkeys, but it also looks like wait a minute, I need to see how to say that exactly. The prehistoric man, this is what I was looking for. And it looks like the prehistoric man that is going through this passage or this route towards becoming the modern man. And this is, I think, part of the narrative that Harry was trying to sell to Tom Bradby, that he went through this very difficult, very hard process of change that is like the change that happened for the prehistoric man that became this modern man. So this is like the man that went out of the cave and became the man in a suit that is going all the way to the pyramids. So this is why I'm using different kinds of decks, because this deck is highly intuitive. It's not a right-away deck. It's a deck that allows me to see the intuitive interpretation even more than the psychological interpretation. Okay, so on the other side we have the Eight of Swords. Okay. And the Eight of Swords is a card of bondages and shackles. And you can see here, this woman is in this box, in this jar, with this big monster that is keeping her in that jar. Now, in this Eight of Swords, this woman is unable to get free. In the Rider-Waite Eight of Swords, the shackles are mostly emotional shackles, and we can see that she can very easily take off the eye blindfold and get freed from the ropes that are confining her. In this Eight of Swords, this woman cannot run away. This is about a person that is really, really, really shackled, really stuck in this jar and unable to get out. So this is a person that the emotional blockages here are so difficult that it's impossible for him to see the light. It's impossible for him to see reality. It's impossible for him to act on cold consideration. It is actually an impossible task. This is about a person that has gone through betrayal and is going through that is in a desperate situation. A person that cannot see reality as it is. This is a person that has been lied to or is lying. A person that is concealing, a person that is helpless, and a person that is feeling trapped. And this is the emotions that Harry managed to get through to Tom Bradby, that he felt trapped, that he felt that he cannot get out, that he felt that he is helpless, and that he cannot get out from this emotional blockages, that he cannot get out of this very, very confining, terrible institution that he was in. And he's trying to picture that the institution as this monster, this three-eyed monster that is keeping him locked in that jar. But and as if when Meghan arrived, she showed him the light of day, she showed him the way out. But once again, because it is a card of betrayals, because it is a card of lies, we do not know who is the one who is lying, who is the one that is betraying, and where are those concealments come from. Is it is it Meghan's lying to Harry? Is it Harry lying to himself, or Harry lying to the world? Or is it the royal family lying? And I believe that Harry is trying to tell the world and Harry and Tom Bradby that it is the royal family lying. And I'm not sure that Tom Bradby is really seeing it that way, but he does see that everything is very much exaggerated with Harry, that he sees everything in this very bad light. Everything is he sees the royal family as this very big monster that wouldn't let him go, wouldn't let him leave, that was shackling him. And this is a feeling that he managed to convey further on, but I'm not sure that he managed to really convince Tom Bradby that really that was why that was the real truth. Because, as I was saying, this person is a person that is unable to see reality as it is, and usually the reality is not as grim as it looks. And this is mostly emotional blockages because of internal reasons, not because of external reasons. And I am not sure that Tom Bradby got that, but maybe he did. But at any rate, what Harry did manage to get Tom Bradby to believe that he is a changed man, that he has gone through this very, very profound internal change, that he has gone through this very painful process of change, and now he is going towards his own enlightenment. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle the deck once again, and I am going to ask the universe to align the cards in a way that is right, or in the right way to answer my next question, my next questions, to answer correctly my next question. So first I'm clearing the deck once again. Okay, so I would like the universe to align the cards in the correct way to answer correctly my next questions. Please align the cards in the right way to answer correctly my next questions. Please align the cards in the right way to answer correctly for my next questions. Please align the cards in the right way to answer correctly my next questions. So once again, cutting in once, and I'm going to start. So the first question is about the story of their miscarriage, and the story about them getting the remains of the fetus in a box. so they could go into their backyard and bury it under a banyan tree, which only grows in Florida. So is that true or not? Is it true that they received the leftovers or the remnants of their fetus to bury in their own backyard? And the answer is the emperor. Okay, so the emperor is a message card. This is not a yes or no card, and this is the father card. And this could be Harry as the father and the way that he acts as a father. This is not a yes or no question answer, so it doesn't really help us to get the right answer out of this. But what we can understand from this is that this is about authority. This is about administration. And administration and authority are in the US, in every place, let's say, first countries are not allowing to take away the remnant of a miscarriage. I myself went through a miscarriage, and I went through an abortion because of that, because the fetus died inside of inside of me, and it was taken out. I wasn't even asked if I wanted to take it with me. What did I want to do with it? It wasn't far enough along to have it buried. So if we are talking about whether it is right, it's true or not, and the answer is the emperor, the answer is that whatever happened according to the laws and the administration that is correct with that country, with where they were. So in this instance, and because of the meaning of the emperor, I do not believe that this happened. Once again, the emperor card is the father card, so I think that this is why Harry is feeling as a father. His feelings as a father is making him believe in all sorts of things. But this is something that administratively and legally is impossible, and this is why the emperor card came here. Okay, so that is one question. The second question is a rumor that came up even in the comments of my last video, and this is about J.R. Moringer leaving before the book was finished, and whether or not Meghan was the one who finished the book. So did J.R. Moringer, and there was a tweet that J.R. Moringer liked, that said that Harry was an idiot. So this instigated a lot of rumors about whether or not J.R. Moringer finished the job of Spare. So what I'm going to ask is, did J.R. Moringer finished the work on Spare, yes or no? And this is what I'm going to ask. So I'm taking 4 cards, and I'm going to the 5th card, and the 5th card is, okay, Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords is the spoiled kid. And the spoiled kid is someone who is not doing things by himself. He's someone who misses opportunities because he doesn't want to do things by himself. He's waiting for others to do things for him. This is one knights are weak people. So as an answer of a yes or no, this is a no answer, because this is a person that is missing opportunities, because he's unable to finish jobs, to do things all the way, because he is waiting for others to do the work for him. Now, if we're looking at this card, which is quite a grim card, but we're seeing a knight that is holding the sword, and he actually took his own head, and this creature that he's riding upon is holding the head of the knight. It's like the knight is decapitated himself, like J.R. Moringer decided by himself that he is unable to keep on, and he decapitated himself. So he took himself off this book. So once again, because of the picture, because of the fact that that knights are people that miss opportunities, because the Knight of Swords is someone who is unable to do things because he's waiting for others to do things for him. All of these are reasons for me to think that J.R. Moringer didn't stay all the way. He did not finish the work with Spare. Next question. So this is something that is really debatable. Harry is claiming to kill 25 Taliban fighters. Now, the Taliban themselves did a checkup, and they said that at the time that Harry is saying that he killed 25 Taliban fighters, there were no Taliban fighters that were killed. So if he killed anyone, there were civilian people, and they came out with a demand to put Harry through to court for war crimes. And I'm not starting to talk about all of the threats that can come upon Harry, his family, his wife, his children, the royal family, the British people. Everyone can be offended by or can be attacked by this. The Invictus Games are crying that they could be attacked. The veterans are crying that they could be attacked. So many people are crying because of that stupid declaration that he killed 25 Taliban, and more than that, that he's claiming that he was told that to treat those fighters as chess pieces. That is even worse than actually killing them. So did Harry really kill 25 Taliban fighters, or did he really kill 25 people? And the answer is the Nine of Wands, and the Nine of Wands is a no answer. This is the Nine of Wands is about standing towards the last obstacle, feeling that that if he stands towards this last obstacle, everything will be okay. But this is a no answer. This is a really bad, this is not a good card. This is a card that speaks about a person that is feeling that he needs to stand there and be hit by more and more and more obstacles. Or if you can see by this picture, This is a woman that is surrounded by fire around her and people are watching. So she doesn't have even a way of running away. And this is exactly what happens in the Nine of Wands. This is a person that is standing there and he needs to fight towards the last cause, but if he goes to the Ten of Wands, which is an overload. So this is a person that is failing. This is a person that feels that he was left out. This is a person that needs to perform the right action in order to survive, but he's not doing it. He is a failure at the last moment. He feels that he is failing everyone around him, and he is obsessed. This is a person who is full of fears, anxieties, paranoia, over-suspicious. Everything is going to fall apart around him. He's waiting for the bad end to happen. It's hard for him to let go. He's resisting any kind of potential solutions for his problems. He has tendency to wait too long and then to just fail because he is delaying instead of reacting. So this is a no answer. This is no. He did not kill 25 people at all. Not 25 people and not 25 Taliban. Okay, question number 4. Harry is claiming that Meghan received all sorts of gifts, but she re-gifted them. She gave away things that she got as gifts. And people that were around her say that they don't remember that Meghan ever gifted anything that she got as a gift. So did Meghan re-gift things that she got as gifts while she was in the royal family? And the answer is the Five of Wands. This is another no answer. The Five of Wands is about going into a victory quest if you are asking for help. So you can achieve that victory if you are asking for help. But if you're not asking for help, then you cannot achieve that victory. If you remember in the cycle, the second cycle of the Wands, it starts with the Four of Wands, then the Five of Wands, and then the Six of Wands. And the Four of Wands speaks about going on this victory quest, but you need to enjoy the road. Then comes the Five of Wands that speaks about if you want to achieve the victory, you need to ask the right kind of help. If you're not asking the right kind of help, then you get into the unnecessary quarrels, you get into power struggles, you are over self-confident and you disrespect others. This is a person that is has difficulty in receiving help. This is a person who is unable to understand the hardship that is in front of him or her. So this is a person that is in a tough competition, and this is what we can see about Meghan. And this is a card that tells us that Meghan did not gift any kind of gift. Now, if she would have asked for the right kind of help, that means that she would have let Sophie, for example, to help her, Catherine to help her, Camilla to help her, or even one of the aides that came to help her, like Samantha Cohen, like other aides that came to help her. And if she would have let them help her, then she would have achieved the Six of Wands, which is the victory card. But she didn't receive that help because she wouldn't allow anyone to help her. And this is why this card, the Five of Wands, is badly aspected. It's as if we got it in the reverse. And here we see this woman who is casting a spell on someone who is defending himself, and this is a no answer. Okay, so last question is, wait a minute, let me be sure, and I will ask about whether or not Camilla was a cruel stepmother. So Harry is trying to claim that he didn't want Camilla to marry Harry because she was a cruel stepmother. She took away his room. She was treated him badly. So was Camilla a cruel stepmother, or wasn't she? And what are we getting? And we're getting the Ace of Swords. Okay, so the Ace of Swords is a yes answer. So Camilla was not a very good or nice stepmother. This is what I can say regarding this. I am surprised by this, but the Ace of Swords is a yes answer. I cannot twist it any way around this. The Ace of Swords is about getting your plans, your strategies, your thoughts realized in the material world. Harry claims that the only reason Camilla wanted to marry Charles was to become queen, and maybe he was right. I'm not sure, but this card speaks about getting your thoughts and ideas and strategies realized in the material world, and maybe that is why she wanted to marry King Charles. Maybe that is why maybe she was not such a good, kind stepmother. This is a big surprise for me. I have to say that many people don't like Camilla. And many people warmed up to Camilla after a long time. I don't know Camilla. I don't want to start saying things to any sign, but this is a yes answer for this question. I was thinking of whether or not to ask the question. I did ask the question. I have to deal with the consequences of the answer. But yes, Camilla was not a very good stepmother to Harry and to William, and maybe that is why William was not very keen as well about Camilla, and things changed after the queen said that she wanted Camilla to become queen consort. Maybe that is why it took a long time for them to warm up to Camilla. But this is what it says. This is what the tarot says. And once again, I remind you that it's a tarot reading. It is vibrational. It is open to interpretation, and it exists as assumptions and speculation. Okay, so this is the tarot, and the oracle is the wisdom of the house of night, and that is for us and for the royal family on how to deal with Harry. Another wisdom card, and how to deal with all of the information that is coming out of a spare. So let's start with shuffling the deck. And clearing it. Okay, so how to deal with the information that is coming out from spare. Advice for us and for the royal family on how to deal with the information that is coming out from spare. The answer is High Priestess of Air. So let's see, what does that mean? So this is the goddess of rational thought, and it says logical thinking, reason, and using your mind to consider the next right action are the qualities encouraged by my vampire High Priestess of Air. Now it is time to think before you act. You are blessed with a wondrous mind and imagination. Your ability to communicate is enhanced when you meet the High Priestess of Air. This is the moment to have a reasonable conversation and make calculate decision. The best advice I think we could have gotten. Okay, so this is it for this reading. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.